Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a video about Monkey Madness 2, both the quest itself, the rewards, and the post-quest content in the game that you can partake in. A pretty fun quest. I did decide to do a day of release, even if it's a bit of XP waste. I decided to take a day off from mining and just enjoy the new content because it was pretty interesting. So I did get up early for the release, streamed it, and it took me longer than a lot of people. I kind of messed up one of the puzzles really bad, and not really the most sharp like new content type player. It takes me a little bit longer to pick up on things sometimes, but yeah, it was really fun anyways. And basically with the quest, it was quite an epic quest. I'm sure, like, I'm going to talk through it a little bit, so if you don't want to get any kind of spoilers, then I'll probably just leave an annotation for skipping to the later part of the video. I'm just killing the monsters afterwards, but if you really don't want any spoilers, you might want to go do the quest first and not watch the video until afterwards. But anyways, yeah, so you started at the king in the Tree Gnome stronghold. You do a few things around the stronghold, and then you get sent over to the island of Ape Atoll, and you the first puzzles you encounter is an underground puzzle with a lot of different agility obstacles all over the place, and you have to go through there. It's randomized for each player, which obstacles are correct and which ones aren't. It seems like I couldn't fail any of the ones that were correct with 99 agility, but you always fail the ones that are incorrect and get sent down. You do need a light source for that, and you just have to run back around and protect whatever prayer the monkeys down there are attacking. Sometimes it's melee, sometimes it's range, depending on the area that you're in. And that puzzle took a little bit of time, and you're aiming to try to kill a monkey named Kruk and take his remains of some sort so that you can make a Grigri out of it and pose as him so that you can talk to the king and get more information. And once you do that, then you have to go and, well, currently the trolls and ogres are allied with the monkeys to fight against the humans. So you have to go and persuade the ogre and troll generals not to ally with the monkeys. So basically you just have to go and kill a couple more things. They're pretty similar boss fight to Kruk. All of them were pretty straightforward. They deal heavy damage, but at least for the ogres and trolls it was pretty easy to just safe spot them. And for Kruk, I kind of just tanked the damage and luckily had enough food. It could have been a problem because he did deal quite a bit of damage. I don't know if there's really an easy way to avoid it, but yeah, having max combat is helpful. So once you do that, then the next puzzle is this big, huge 3-story area with a bunch of boxes all over the place, and you have to run through there, and you're trying to set up explosives in certain places on there, and there are monkey guards patrolling all over the place. And it took me over 2 hours to do this puzzle. It was really frustrating. It took me longer than most people because I'm maybe a little bit slow, but yeah, I eventually got it done. But it's just like every single time you fail, it sets you back so much time. Basically, you have to go find these satchels, which are on like the opposite side from where you land on, and you have to take them to a different area to fill them with gunpowder, and then you have to take them to 6 different locations. On all 3 of the levels. There's 2 locations on each floor of the thing, and you need to set them down so that you can eventually explode the whole platform. And I failed like a billion times. I think 3 or 4 of which were just due to stupid little misclicks, and that can cost you like 10 or 15 minutes of time because every time you fail you have to refill your satchels also, which takes a while. It was really annoying. I wish they would have made it so you didn't have to refill the satchels. At least that would have made it a lot more bearable. But yeah, I eventually got it done. It was just annoying. So I wasn't wild about that part. I think it was a little bit too much, but maybe that's what they're going for, the intense frustration that you sometimes come across with questing, as we've seen with things like Rat Catchers and maybe Morning's End Part 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, I eventually got that one done. And another thing I was struggling with is that for a while I couldn't find the place for the 6th satchel, and I didn't know where it was supposed to go, and I had to like look back at other people's streams like a noob to figure out where I was supposed to put it, and that took a while. But I eventually got it done, and after that there wasn't too much more to do really. You like go down and you find Gluff, which is actually how his name is pronounced according to Jagex. Believe it or not, the guy is spelled Glough, I think. But yeah, apparently it's pronounced Gluff, kind of like cough. So yeah, you go down and you have to like ride on a monkey for a bit, do a couple of things. You have to destroy some kind of special onyx, and then you eventually come across the boss fight, which was interesting. I didn't really fully understand the mechanics of the bosses as I was going through. You first have to fight a few of the mutated monkey thingies, whatever those are called, maybe demon monkeys, I don't really know. You have to fight a few of those, which weren't too difficult, and then you come across this big, tall, like giant type thing, and it fights you in like 3 phases, so you get it down to certain hit points and it retreats further into the cave. I did die the first time on the last part, and in this area it's instant, so you lose anything that you die with, and I don't think I lost anything significant besides like D-boots, which wasn't too bad, so I probably will look back at the recording of it and hopefully not realize that I lost like 20 mil or something. But yeah, I don't think I risked much, but if you do the quest, make sure you don't, but it gives you a clear warning of it. So yeah, I was just wearing like hides and basic stuff, and you protect any untradables, so it's really not too penalizing. But yeah, the boss fight was weird, and I don't really know exactly what to say about it other than just like bring a blowpipe in melee basically, and throw in some prayers. I think for the second part you use range prayer. For the third part I think I was praying melee maybe, but I was still taking a lot of damage. I kind of just got through it and ate a lot. But yeah, that was the quest pretty much completed, and after you complete the quest, there's some pretty nice rewards that I really liked. You get a good amount of experience. You get like 75k experience on quest completion, and then you can go claim 100k XP that you can put into any of your melee stat or any of your combat stats. So I put it into defense because it's probably the best choice. You don't have to wear Grigris on Abatol anymore because you form an alliance with the monkeys, so that's pretty cool. There is a bank on Abatol now. It's near the temple, and there's a glider that can take you there, which is pretty cool. You get an unlimited seed pod teleport item, which always just teleports you directly to the grand tree inside of it, so that's not useful for a ton of stuff, but it is useful actually for killing the demon gorilla things after the quest, which is what I decided to spend a few hours doing afterwards. These things drop the new jewelry items and also the pieces to build ballistas. So I killed about 100 of them, and luckily enough I was actually on a black demon task, which counts for these. I was kind of surprised by that, but yeah, if you have a black demon task you can use a Slayer helm for these, so that definitely was helpful. I only got one interesting unique drop, which was a light frame, which is used as part of making the light ballista, which only fires up to adamant javelins. But yeah, it was valued at 10 mil, sold for 1 mil, so 1 mil isn't too bad. It's better than nothing, I guess, and it's a little bit of profit anyways. I made a few mil also off of the dragon javelin tips, because only these and I think the tortured gorillas, which are a little bit lower level and simpler, drop those, and right now they're colored white, which is kind of weird. I think they're supposed to be red, so I imagine that'll probably be patched pretty soon. As far as actually fighting these things, it was kind of interesting, a little bit frustrating at times. The mechanics of the monsters themselves are quite interesting. They switch between all 3 attack styles, and it is somewhat predictable, but at the same time kind of RNG based. It's kind of difficult to explain, but yeah, I was sort of getting the hang of it. I wasn't really amazing at them or anything though, but you can start to learn it. I think it's something that would take a really long time to get really good at it, but once you do get really good at it, you could actually do pretty consistent kills and not use that very much food at all. But one of the biggest problems is that right now it's really, really crowded, and it's a multi-combat area in the entire cave, so in a lot of rooms you end up getting attacked by multiple demons at once, and they're really hard to unaggro because their attack ranges are really, really long. It gets kind of annoying with that. I kind of wish that their attack ranges weren't so long as they are, but yeah, there are times where you might have to be attacked by 2 or 3 at once, which is really bad because they can deal a lot of damage to you if you don't have the correct prayers on. This one guy actually did show me a safe spot that he figured out, and I tried to take advantage of it, and I managed to do like 1 kill with it. Basically, you pull a gorilla thing over into just where it will de-aggro, like its wander range, and then it will stop, and then you can attack it from the other side. It's kind of a similar deal to the safe spots for the wilderness bosses, where you can pull them further than their wander range. And I tried, like, I thought maybe, like, you know, I could take advantage of this and get a lot of kills, and the problem was that there's so many people there that it just wasn't really possible. But once it becomes less crowded, I feel like this will probably be a pretty good way to go for killing them. It can be a little bit annoying to lure it, but yeah, I thought that was something interesting and worth noting. But yeah, it's really, really crowded in there right now. There's people killing them in every world all over the place because there's a lot of profit to be made if you get a heavy ballista piece or a Zenyte crystal, which I was a little bit bummed that I didn't get one, but I only did 100 kills, so I wasn't expecting too much. I imagine they're fairly rare on average. But yeah, overall, I think this quest was really, really well done. All of the environments look great. The entire quest was really enjoyable to play. The box puzzle was definitely a little bit more frustrating than I would have liked, but maybe I'm just a little bit bad at the game. it does definitely provide the challenge that you expect from a Grandmaster quest, and there weren't any notable bugs or anything that I have heard about. So yeah, big props to the Jagex team for this, and I definitely recommend you guys to play through it if you have the stats. It was a lot of fun, and the 250 quest points does look really, really nice. Yeah, my voice sounds terrible because I am kind of sick right now, but thank you guys for bearing with me through the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all soon with a few more videos. Thanks for watching.